Welcome to today's deep dive. You know when you walk into a massive commercial build, say a sprawling sports bar with like 50 screens?
Oh yeah, and the AV closet is usually just a total nightmare.
Right, a literal rat's nest of heavy copper wire. But today we're looking at how devices like the Blustream DA1414 audio matrix are making all that rigid copper infrastructure basically vanish.
Turning all that complex routing into invisible internet traffic.
Exactly. Our mission today is to cut through the technical jargon and figure out exactly how modern venues route and control high-fidelity audio without the tangle.
Yeah, so moving away from dedicated copper runs means we're essentially treating audio as data packets. The DA1414 leans heavily on Dante networking to do this over standard IP networks.
Which is a huge deal.
It is. It fundamentally changes how an AV architect designs a space.
Okay, so it's a 14 by 14 matrix, meaning 14 inputs can go to 14 outputs simultaneously. It's almost like an incredibly efficient digital Grand Central Station for sound.
That's a great way to put it.
But here's my question. Does Dante essentially just turn traditional audio cables into standard internet traffic? Because converting audio to IP usually introduces lag.
Well, normally, yes.
Right, and if you're pushing live game audio to multiple zones simultaneously, latency is a total deal breaker.
Or absolutely. But that's where Dante's packet efficiency solves the problem. Because the audio data packets are incredibly small, Dante squeezes the latency down to configurable levels.
How low are we talking?
It can drop as low as 2 milliseconds.
Wait, really? Just 2 milliseconds?
Yeah, to the human ear, across a massive venue. That is effectively instantaneous synchronization. And it's utilizing the standard network infrastructure already built into the walls.
That is wild. But distributing audio over IP is just one challenge. I mean, a cavernous sports bar is an acoustic nightmare. Raw audio needs serious sculpting before it hits the speakers.
Oh, for sure. You can't just push raw sound into a room full of glass and concrete.
Right, so that routing is only useful because the DA1414 packs its own local DSP. You've got an 8-band parametric EQ and high and low pass filters to actually tune the room.
It has to handle whatever you throw at it locally, adjusting for the resonance of the space and all that background noise.
I have to push back on the inputs here, though.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, if we're dealing with a cutting-edge packetized audio network, why does this unit have such a heavy emphasis on bulky USB-B ports and 48-volt phantom power for legacy analog microphones?
Yeah.
It just seems like a huge step backward.
It looks like it, but it's actually a survival mechanism for commercial AV. Like, real-world venues rarely upgrade all their gear at once.
Oh, true. That gets expensive fast.
Exactly. So the DA1414 acts as an immediate bridge. It digitizes the legacy analog stuff, say a traditional stage mic or a guest speaker plugging a laptop into that USB port, and translates those signals directly into the Dante ecosystem.
Oh, I see. So it speaks analog locally so the rest of the building's infrastructure doesn't have to.
Precisely. It brings everything into the modern network seamlessly.
Okay, but handling all that dense signal translation requires power. And the spec sheet notes this unit runs on PoE+.
Which is a massive feature.
Wait, really? I mean, I understand running a small security camera off a network switch, but delivering enough wattage over standard Cat6 cable to power a 14-channel professional audio hub,
Yep.
that fundamentally alters how you plan a utility closet.
It completely removes the dependency on AC mains for your audio routing. Like, if you need to drop a matrix into a ceiling void or some weird location, you aren't paying an electrician to run a new power outlet.
The data switch just feeds the wattage over the Ethernet cable. That's incredibly smart.
It really simplifies commercial installations, which leads directly into the control side, right? Because high-end processing is totally useless if the staff can't operate it.
Good point. Especially when you consider the cost. A $1,595 unit via HDTVSupply really has to justify itself on the back end.
And it does that via API switching that completely bypasses the standard Dante controllers.
Which is so critical for the end user experience. A venue absolutely does not want their bartenders trying to navigate complex Dante software during a Friday night rush.
Exactly. Native API switching means installers can map the audio routing directly to the simple custom Crestron or Control4 touchscreens the staff already uses for the video feeds.
It keeps the complexity entirely hidden from the staff. Ultimately, I feel like the Blustream DA1414 represents this massive shift where Traditional IT infrastructure is just swallowing high-fidelity AV wholesale,
It really is. The copper rat's nest gets permanently replaced by code and Cat6.
which leaves you with something pretty wild to think about.
Oh,
Yeah. The next time you sit in a sprawling sports bar or a high-tech corporate conference room, take a look at those standard Ethernet ports in the wall. You might assume they're just carrying emails and spreadsheets.
right, standard internet traffic.
Exactly. But wonder, are they secretly pumping invisible concert-grade audio right past you?